There is more that goes into running dog productions than what first comes to mind. Everyone thinks to celebrate the actors, but we'd like to show you that there's much more than what happens on stage. In this feature report, we took a closer look on what goes on behind the curtain and what helps tie each production together. Some of the most important work happens before the production even starts. One of these pre-production crews is the props crew, which works to craft the many props that actors use on stage. We'll now speak to Clements, the crew head of the props crew.
For props, it's sort of a long process. There's like levels to what we do. Firstly, we do a pre-production process where we get the props, make them, and get anything else that the director wants us to do. Then during the actual production process itself is where we get some new tasks assigned to us. In the background, there's a props table that you can see. We make those and we just keep track of all the props, repair any of the ones that we need to have, and just keep in contact with the actors about how they're feeling on stage and if they need anything else. And then post-production, we salvage what we can, break down anything that we can be used in the future, and save all of the extra materials for future productions. It's sort of a process. The very first step we usually take is just looking in the props closet. We go through all the old props that we have from previous productions and see if any of them fit what we need. Even if they aren't exactly what we need, we'll usually modify them or paint them just to make them fit the production itself. If that doesn't turn out, usually there's one of three things that we'll do. We'll either get it from one of the crew members or someone else inside the production. We'll thrift for it, or we'll make it ourselves. The reasons for these tend to vary. If it's something that's very hyper specific that we're not going to be able to find inside of a thrift store, like a guitar that's broken over someone's head, for instance, then we have to make it. But if it's something that's not worth spending money on and that we can just borrow from someone in the production, like a metal plate, then we'll just get that from someone else around us. I think the main reason why people should join tech, and the same reason why myself and others stay in tech, is the community and the fun that you have while in the production. I met a lot of close friends and just have overall had a really good time while in the production and outside of it due to the fact of meeting people through it. It's something that, while rigorous at times and while you can spend lots of time working on hard things, is overall worthwhile because of the people you meet and the fun you have and the life experience you gain, not to mention that it looks good on a resume.
He's practically asked me to talk to him every day. No matter what. Hello, Braden. I see you.
Sewing a sock to go over the excess Christmas
lights. I still
lights.
see you.
Go.
She's the Shrew.
Oh my goodness!
I don't know why.
Liam, you're stunting his creative.
She's the Shrew the world loves to hate. He's the host with a plan no one saw coming. With the glamorous Bianca held hostage by her sister's infamous temper.
Some crews do work before and during the productions. The hair and makeup crew is one of these crews. Hair and makeup prepares the looks for each actor and makes them shine on stage. We'll now speak to Fantilaga, the crew head of hair and makeup.
For hair and makeup, depending on our production, we plan out certain looks to look certain ways based on our setting. And then we can also work with costumes to make sure our looks are fitting. And then once we get to work with actors, we practice our looks on them and we make sure they look good on stage and are fitting for their role. So before the production, we watch the show, make sure we understand the whole plot and every role that is in the production. Understanding the setting is also very important for when we're planning out our looks. We create a slideshow that we'll eventually share to actors so they know what they'll look like. And then during the production, we have our table set up where actors who need specialized looks will come to us and get their hair and makeup done. Very occasionally, we'll have to do touch-ups on looks while the show is going on. Initially, I had no interest in anything theater related, but being an artist, I took interest in tech because I knew that there was hair and makeup that was an option, and while it was closest to what I like to do, I get to be with people who I think are pretty funny and nice, and I get to do their hair and makeup, so it ended up being something I really enjoyed.
What goes on behind the scenes is something that people should keep in mind, as these crews work just as hard as the actors to make this production work and be the best it can be.